Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us for the Varsity Boys game. We're just moments away from the national anthem. Cougars victorious in the JV game to start the night. They have four players out sick. Titus Clevenger, Bentley Hinderleiter, Grant Hernando, and Evan Horton all missing tonight. So JV just had 7 players, but finished the game strong. Live band tonight playing the national anthem. All right, well done by the Fairgrove Band.
Yeah.
They have a nice section over there. I don't know if you could really see the camera turn over there with the fans standing, but nice group of probably 15 students running the band.
Now the starting lineup for the New Heights Cougars. Senior, number 3, Ben Schumacher.
All right, now for the starting lineups.
Senior, number 4, Jaden Smith.
5'10", senior, number 3, Ben Schumacher.
Number 24,
5'11", senior, number 4, Jaden Smith. 6'1", junior, number 24, Broderick Burns. 6'3", senior, number 25, Adam Stanton. And 6'6", junior, number 30,
And now the starting
Connor
lineup
Perry.
for your Fairgrove Eagles. 6-foot senior, number 2, Grant Fuller.
Number 2, Grant Fuller, starting for the Eagles. He's a senior. Number 10, Finn Harp, a 6'1", junior. Number 13 is 5'11", junior Blake Baxter. Number 23, Easton Highfill, a 5'9" sophomore. And rounding it out, number 14, Colton Klindworth, a 6'4" junior. Adam Stanton will take the tip for the Cougars. Klindworth will take it for the Eagles. Opening tip won by the Eagles. Number 2, Fuller thought about the early 3, passes it over to number 23, Easton Highfill, and he hits the 3 to come out with the early 3-point lead for the Eagles.
Very deep 3 to start the game.
Into the corner for Adam Stanton. We might need to raise ourselves up here as the student section is kind of in our line of sight. Ball across. Dangerous pass by Burns and knocked away. Turnover to the Eagles.
Yeah, did the old skip pass, hit off their hand and then off of Ben's hand.
Ball into the corner. Number 13, Baxter wants the 3, and he hits it. 2 3-pointers for the Eagles. 6-0 lead. Over to Schumacher, and he gets called for the travel. So 2 empty possessions for the Cougars. Eagles out to the 6-0 lead. Ball skipped across, secured by Harp. Into the corner for Baxter, too strong, backside rebound by the Eagles. That's Lindworth, and it's an 8-0 lead for the Eagles. Burns gets it to Schumacher, over to Smith. Burns on the right wing, steps through. Back to Schumacher at the top, flips to Stanton in the corner for three, and he answers.
Nice
Cougars
job.
on the board.
You got to keep penetrating like that, kicking it back out. Ben did a good job hitting Adam in the corner then for the three.
Bounce pass in, kicked out for Baxter for three, and he answers it again. 11-3 Eagles. Jaden Smith gets a crossover dribble back to Schumacher, over to Burns at the top. Adam Stanton wants another three, and he got it.
Nice answer again. Got to get some stops at this other end.
Fuller over to number 23, Highfill. Into the corner for Baxter, all the way across for Highfill. He wants the long three, air ball. Backside save by number 10, Harp. And Burns is there to get it an outlet. Down to Schumacher, and foul call on the floor on Baxter. Ball underneath, upcoming for the Cougars.
Good job pushing the ball up after that air ball. They saved, kicked it into Burns.
Ball into Stanton, short corner. Rebound by Fuller. Fuller kicks it out. Burns reads it and steals. Burns up ahead and lays it in for two.
Nice anticipation there on the backside by Burns. Pick up that.
Ball down low for Kleinworth. Kicked out for Baxter. And another three for the Eagles.
Boy, they are on fire from three.
Schumacher drives in, floater. Tough shot. Eagles pull down the rebound. Corner three by Highfill, rebound by Schumacher, outlet to Burns. Burns goes baseline, leaves it for Smith, knocked out of play by the Eagles. 4:31 on the official clock, and missed a start there.
I still like that, pushing that up, trying to get transition, keeping us moving.
Smith inbounding, gets into Perry from 15. Long rebound goes to Highfill. Kicked out to Baxter for another three for the Eagles, and he got it. Schumacher on the left side, back to Burns. Burns lost it in the air, turnover back to the Eagles. Ball inside, Burns gets a hand on it, deflected by Stanton, and out of bounds will stay Eagles ball. Subs coming in the game for the Cougars. Perry, Burns, Smith sub out as Nolan Stanton, Max Long, and Cannon Miller check in. Ball into Fuller. Hand off over to Highfill. Baxter on the right side. Flips it into Fuller at the elbow. Fuller kicks it to the corner for Harp. Three-pointer long. Cannon Miller, the rebound on the backside, out to Schumacher. In the corner for Nolan Stanton for three. Rims around. Rebound secured by Kleinworth. Nolan Stanton steals. Tries to find Schumacher, ball deflected. Schumacher gets it back. Into the corner for Stanton for three. Adam Stanton too strong. Ben Schumacher pulls it down from 12 feet. Nails the jumper.
Nice job, good offensive rebounds, way to stay pressure. And good things happen when we take shots.
Fuller being defended by Miller at the top. Skip passed all the way across for Baxter. Another three-pointer is good by the Eagles. Cougars pushing the pace, 10-point lead for the Eagles. Nolan Stanton back to Adam Stanton. Into the paint, rises up, tough shot, gets it to go.
Nice job by Adam attacking that zone. Problem is we can't keep trading threes and twos.
Baxter has 15 points already on the night. Over to Fuller for three. Off the back of the rim. Nolan Stanton there to get the rebound. And foul called on the Eagles. I believe that it's going to go on Kleinworth. No, call on number 10, Harp.
Personal foul on Harp, his first, team second.
Just the second foul of the game. 2:32 on the official clock.
In for the Eagles.
Adam Stanton with 8 early points for the Cougars. Stanton over to Cannon Miller. Then Schumacher on the left wing, being defended by Schertz. Over to Nolan Stanton, wants the three, and he got it. Oh, it's just a two-pointer. The near side ref motioned that it's a two. The scoreboard shows three, though.
Now
Okay,
they've changed
corrected
it back.
2:07 on the official clock here in the first quarter. Broderick Burns checking back in as Ben Schumacher takes a break. Nolan Stanton goes for the steal. Schertz for three. I almost lost my scoreboard, or my laptop. Burns picks up the dribble. Back to Adam Stanton. Into the corner for Burns. Drives in, spins. Finds Long underneath, and Long puts it in.
Nice job. Max did a good job sealing his guy and gave Burns an alley to get that pass to him.
4-point game, 2016. Schertz on the right side, inside to Fuller.
Nice job by Adam.
Stanton's able to steal. Gets it out to Nolan.
Oh, he took
And
steps
Nolan
without
gets caught.
putting the ball down.
Trying to turn without looking. Lost my battery pack is what happened. Into the corner, Baxter, another three-pointer. Rims around, Max Long pulls down the rebound, and foul call on number 24, Logan Wilson, for the Eagles.
He was pretty physical in the JV game.
Wilson, his first, team foul number 3.
Did you get everything hooked back up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Burns over to Cannon Miller on the left side. Back up top to Burns. Miller on the left for three. Too strong. Backside rebound. Knocked off the supports. Still in the backcourt. Fuller's able to save it. Long three-point attempt. Rebound pulled down by Stanton. Gets it to Burns. Burns able to absorb the body check. Back out to Miller. Miller all the way to the basket off the glass. Max Long with the offensive rebound. Looked like he got his hand pulled down.
Yeah, looked like he got pulled down there.
30 seconds left in the first quarter. 4-point lead for the Eagles.
Cougars weathering the storm there. They got down by 10. Pulled back within 4 here.
Eagles holding for the final shot of the quarter. Highfill picks up the dribble, gets it to Fuller, and Adam Stanton gets called for pushing through the screen. Thought they were going to call a travel on Fuller.
Nah, they called the one already just on us.
Personal foul on Stanton, his first, team first.
It's the wrong referee to call it.
Ball in to Highfill, gets it down low for Wilson, and Wilson puts it in at the buzzer to end the quarter with a 6-point lead for the Eagles.
Yeah, gave him an easy one there at the end. Frustrating after working hard on defense there. One of our better first quarter quarter scoring against a good team. Looks like Ben checked in for Adam Stanton, giving him a breather, and also Caleb Dennis in for Max Long.
All right. Cannon Miller hits the 3 to open up the second quarter. Was that called a 2?
Just a 2 again. I don't know what the heck was going on there. Oh, they only had 4 players out there.
Can you let a player come on the court?
I didn't know you could. I don't know.
All right, so 22-18. Jaden Smith rises up and gets called for the travel.
Yeah, we got to make sure that we put that ball down before we take any steps, because we've gotten called a couple times. I haven't seen it the other way yet.
Ball inside to Baxter. Bad pass. Jaden Smith able to track it down. Good crossover dribble. Hand on the back and finishes. No and one.
No,
but it's a 2-point game.
you can continue to hand check.
Ball inside. Quick answer by the Eagles as Kleinworth gets all the way down court. Burns up ahead to Smith. Back to Burns. Burns to the elbow, finds Dennis in the short corner. Shot comes up short, rebound by Harp. Ball inside to Kleinsworth. And Harp on the cut. Is able to find the easy basket.
Yeah, I went back up to a 6-point lead there after we were going back and forth.
6:35 on the official clock.
It was a good kick to Dennis. Dennis had a good-looking shot, just fell short.
All right, after the timeout, Cougars slowing it down. Cannon Miller on the right side. Ball deflected. Enters to Burns. To Smith on the right corner. Up top to Schumacher. Over to Miller. Miller has baseline. Rises up. Tough shot. Highfield with the rebound. Quick outlet, but too far ahead of the sprinting Harp. Turnover back to the Cougars.
Yeah, got lucky with an errant pass there. Otherwise, it was going to be a 3-on-1.
All over Schumacher. Loses the handle, able to get it back. Jaden Smith, tightly defended. Burns on the left side, pulls up from 17. Miller gets a hand on the backside rebound. Dennis there and throws it away.
Just got to get a hold of the ball, gentlemen.
Adam Stanton checking back in the game for the Cougars. In for Dennis.
Back in for the Cougars.
Eagles Eagles able to break the press. Tough pass behind Kleinworth. Stanton steals, and foul call on Schertz.
Personal foul on Schertz, his first, team first.
Burns over to Schumacher. Schertz defending, double team comes, Burns on the wing. Inside to Smith. Smith's able to turn, gets tripped. Falls to Burns at the free throw line, and he nails the jumper.
Good answer for the air ball taunt.
Tough pass across, open for Schertz for three. Too strong, Adam Stanton fights for the rebound. Cannon Miller able to pull it down. Outlet to Stanton. All the way across for Schumacher. Schumacher kicks it back to Stanton for three. Off the front of the rim,
good try.
and
Good
rims
look.
around and out. High fill, over to Fuller. Bounce pass in, and Kleinsworth can't handle it. Back to the Cougars.
Yeah, just a little too hot.
Baxter checking back in the game for the Eagles.
Kenna Miller will check out as Nolan Stanton checks back in.
Nolan Stanton back in for the Cougars.
Got the synchronized swimming going on with the front two defenders.
Adam Stanton in the corner. Double screen action. Schumacher at the top. One more to Burns. Into the corner for Smith. Rises up from 15. Rebound pulled down by Kleinworth.
Good looking shot. Jaden usually is fairly
Ball stolen away by Burns on the tough pass ahead. Smith bounce pass into Schumacher.
there we go,
and he
nice
puts it in.
transition.
Timeout Eagles.
Pulls within two.
Boy, as hot as the Eagles started, it's been a nice comeback from the Cougars.
Yeah, we were down 10. Did we go down 12 or just 10 was the biggest? I know we were 20-10.
Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, after the timeout, Cougars on a three-quarter trap. Ball down low for Kleinsworth, and he puts it in for 2 points. Burns bounce pass over to Nolan Stanton into Adam. Back to Nolan at the top. Burns to Stanton at the elbow, turnaround jumper, long rebound, loose ball. Kleinworth able to secure it for the Eagles.
It's usually a nice shot by Adam Stanton there.
Highfield to Baxter, back to Highfield at the top.
Ooh.
Tough pass inside to Harp. Fuller takes the jump shot. Air ball, but Kleinworth there on the backside. Flips it to Baxter. Can't get that one to fall. Schumacher comes away with the loose ball rebound. Pulls it up, gets it to Smith on the cut. From 10 feet, draws the foul. And Jaden Smith will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Personal foul on Kleinworth, his first. Team foul number 2. Smith at the line shooting 2.
3:26 on the official clock. Jaden Smith with 2 free throws upcoming. Good on the first.
Schertz back in for the Eagles.
Schertz subbing in the game for the Eagles. Smith makes both free throws. It's a 2-point game.
Got a sub out. Here, Connor Perry's back in for Jaden Smith.
Fuller in the backcourt. Schumacher picks him up. Baxter all the way across for Schertz. Schertz all the way to the basket. Blocked from behind by Burns. Gives it to Perry across the timeline. Into the corner for Nolan Stanton. Gets the dribble down back to Burns at the top. Back to Nolan Stanton for three. Connor Perry, good box out position. Gets the offensive rebound.
Nice job,
puts
Connor
it back.
Perry.
Game tied at 28. Schertz over to Fuller. Trap comes, Schumacher and Stanton. Fuller picks up the dribble, all the way across for Baxter. Wants the three, blocked by Perry. Fight for the ball, and Perry gets called for the foul after the block.
Nice hustle by Connor Perry.
Personal foul on Perry, his first, team first. Smith back in for the Cougars.
Nolan Stanton checking out as Jaden Smith checks back in for the Cougars. Game tied at 28. Fuller at the top with the ball. Over to Harp, back to Fuller. Smith comes to guard. Tough pass into Schertz.
Good tip.
Harp, ball deflected, out to Baxter for three, rims around, can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound by Klindworth, but can't finish as Burns pulls down the defensive rebound. Over to Adam Stanton, into the corner for Smith. Jane Smith gets called for the carry.
Boy,
Highfield back in for the Eagles.
they don't know what a foul is, but they sure like the travel and carry violations.
Eagles in the backcourt, Fuller on the ball. Trap comes, gets it to Schertz. Cougars swarming. Highfield all the way in high off the glass. Another rebound by Burns, and he draws the foul, I should say. Klindworth picks up his second foul.
Personal foul on Klindworth, his second, team foul number 3. Baxter back in for the Eagles.
Klindworth's going to sub out, or they're going to play with 6, one or the other.
Well, they did 4 for a trip, so they figured they could make up for it on the next one for a little bit.
All right, Burns with the ball. Schertz defending for the Eagles. Over to Adam Stanton on the right wing. Connor Perry flashes, wants the three from the top. Off the back of the rim, rebound by the Eagles. Fuller, skip pass across.
Oh.
2 Eagles there.
Didn't know who it was to, I think.
Highfield got a hand on it. Baxter would have got it had Highfield not gone for it, but out of bounds back to the Cougars. .130 to play here in the first half. Game tied at 28. Burns being defended by Schertz. Stanton at the top of the key.
There it was.
Back to Smith. Smith defended, gets it to Burns in the corner. Burns spins, looks for the down low pass to Perry. Perry gets his own rebound, loses out of bounds, but Fuller knocks it away.
Nice look. Perry just couldn't finish. Did a great job finishing the last time. Just couldn't finish that one, but did a good job staying after it.
Smith into Adam Stanton. Around the rim and out. And backside foul on Connor Perry.
Yeah, that'll be his second foul.
Personal foul on Perry, his second, team foul number 2.
Can't break this stalemate here, 28-28. We've had opportunities.
Baxter with the ball, across to Schertz. Inside for Harp, skipped across for Highfield. One more to Baxter. Fuller to Baxter for 3, and he got it. Burns out ahead to Schumacher. Thought about the 3, back to Burns. Burns from the free throw line, back to Schumacher for 3. Too strong. Fuller with the rebound. Highfield, back up top to Fuller. 30 seconds to play. Cougars in a 1-3-1. Smith comes up to defend. 19 seconds. Highfield to Schertz. Back to Highfield. Into the corner for Baxter, able to save it to Fuller. Fuller to the basket. A lot of contact, no call. And Fuller finishes to take a 5-point lead into halftime for the Eagles.
Well, I guess we cut the lead by 1. We were down by 6 at the end of the first. Now we're down by 5. Just couldn't get some shots to fall that we needed to there to take the lead.
All right, we'll put 10 minutes on the halftime clock, send you through the first half recap, and then be back for the start of the varsity second half. All right, we still have 2 minutes left on the halftime clock, but both teams have huddled up, so I think we might end up starting early. Ref's already at the line.
Eagles start out with the ball, got a two-for there, got the basket at the end, and now they start with the ball again here. How many we got viewing tonight?
33 viewers at the moment. All right, starting the third quarter. Eagles with the arrow, and we're underway. Highfill in the backcourt. Bounce pass over to Fuller. Into the corner for Baxter. One of the three denied. Highfill. Harp at the elbow. Pulls it back out. In the short corner for Klindworth. Fuller wants the three from the right wing. Off the back of the rim. Schumacher comes in for the rebound. Pushing up ahead. Smith. Back to Schumacher at the top. Back to Smith on the right wing. Smith resets it to Burns. Back to Burns. Thought about the three. Stanton at the elbow. Back to Burns in the corner for three. Off the front of the rim. Long rebound for Fuller into transition for the Eagles. Kick to the corner for Baxter for three. Rims around and out. Connor Perry pulls down the rebound for the Cougars. Out to Schumacher. Burns ahead. Burns steps through. And offensive foul called on Burns.
Yeah, couldn't quite step over him. Tried to go around him.
Player control foul on Burns, his first, team first.
All right, after the explanation by the ref to the coach, we're back to the action. Highfill, long three. Rebound by Adam Stanton for the Cougars. Out to Schumacher, one more to Smith. Baseline drive on the block, and big foul.
Woo.
Geez, that could be a intentional.
They're talking about it.
discussing it.
They're talking about it. That didn't look like he went for the ball.
I mean, it's definitely excessive contact. Let's take a look at that on replay. As Kleinworth comes in and just
Intentional
shoulders
foul.
him off the ball.
Intentional foul on Klindworth, his third, team first. Smith.
That's Kleinworth's third foul also. Jaden Smith will get 2 free throws, and then the Cougars will get the ball at the spot of the foul.
Breaks the stalemate here.
Smith can't get the second to fall. I awarded the Eagles 2 points by mistake. It's 33-29. Cougars get the ball underneath. 4-point lead for the Eagles. Smith inbounding, gets it into Schumacher. Into the corner for Stanton for the long two, and he nails it.
Adam Stanton.
Nice job. Good pull up by Stanton.
Highfill over to Fuller.
Playing some man-to-man here for Cougars.
Smith comes on the hedge. Over to Highfill. Wants the three from the top. Off the front of the rim. Burns comes in and slaps it away and gets called for the foul.
It's going to be his second foul here in the third quarter.
Burns, his second, team second.
Fuller inbounding into Baxter in the corner. Gets trapped. Able to get it to Fuller. Being defended by Schumacher. Highfill, one of the three, denied. Fuller into the paint, loses the handle. Adam Stanton comes away out to Smith. Bounce pass to Schumacher.
Good hustle by Schumacher to meet that pass.
Schumacher getting knocked off the ball. Burns gets a hand on it. Baxter trying to save it. Back to Highfill. Baxter in the corner for three. Rims around and out. Schumacher on the near side. Pulls down the long rebound. Gets to Burns, wants the three. Rims around and rebound by the Eagles.
It's a good look, just a little hard coming in hot off the transition.
Fuller with the ball in the front court. Stanton defending. Over to Highfill. Screened by Harp. Highfill pulls up and gets the jumper. Adam Stanton on the right side. Into the corner for Schumacher. Ball deflected. Back to Stanton.
Schumacher would have been open for
Schumacher for three. Rims around again. Schumacher pulls in the offensive rebound. And tripping is not a foul.
No, you're good.
Shirts back in for the Eagles.
Back to the Eagles. Shirts checking in for the Eagles. Blindworth subbed out, so the Eagles go into the small lineup. Trap. Shirts gets the dribble down. Picks it up at the block. Schumacher goes for the steal. Harp's able to rip it away. Baxter to Fuller. Smith gets a hand in the lane. Looks for Schumacher in the middle. And Schumacher, nice finish through traffic.
Nice job by Ben. Good job, heads up play by Jaden to get that up to him.
Highfill ahead to Shirts. Trap comes, floated in. Schumacher, another steal. Harp's able to slap it away. Schumacher gets it back. Burns, baseline. Reverse layup is in, and it's tied at 35. Timeout Eagles.
Nice job by the Cougars pushing that up. Burns doing a good job taking that baseline hard off the backboard.
They sure are letting them play.
They are. There's not a lot of fouls being called.
All right, it was tied at 28 early in the second quarter, or I should say late in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Eagles went on a five-point run to finish the quarter. So it's been a 7-2 run to start the third quarter for the Cougars. After the timeout, back to the action. Fuller over to Highfill. Cougars have gone to a trap. Shirts into the corner for Baxter for three. Backside rebound by Highfill, trying to find an angle. High off the glass. Adam Stanton pulls down the rebound. Ball slapped away by Shirts. Highfill with the floater. Burns with the rebound. Burns splits. Shirts pokes away from behind. Out to Baxter and blocked.
Oh.
And it's funny because we've been complaining that they didn't call foul. And that one it didn't look like he got him. But
No, that one looked like a good play there.
Foul Adam Stanton, his second. Team foul number 3. Baxter to the line shooting 2.
Take a look at the. Actually, let's get back to Baxter shooting the free throw. Makes the first. Here's that replay poked away from behind. Harp gets it out to Baxter. Looks like Stanton comes through and gets the ball.
Miller and Long in for the Cougars.
Let's see. Burns, Smith, and Perry sub out. Back to a 2-point lead for the Eagles. Ball poked away by the Eagles will stay Cougars ball. Shirts going for that behind the back slap.
Yeah. And they're not calling much of anything, so most of the time you're going to get away with that.
Into the corner for Miller. Puts down the dribble back to Stanton. Miller wants the three, and he got it.
Nice job. They left him there. He didn't take it, passed it back, then got it again.
Cougars with the lead, 38-37. Over to Baxter to answer, and he answers with the three of his own. Miller up ahead to Schumacher, to the basket.
Nice job
Max
by
Long,
Max.
big rebound out to Stanton, Adam Stanton for three. Max Long, another rebound, floats it in. Fuller pulls it down on the defensive side for the Eagles. Good opportunities for the Cougars there. Fuller, tough pass. Baxter gets it to Highfill and knocked away by Schumacher. Will stay Eagles ball. Tough pass in. Shirt's able to get to it. 3:05 on the official clock. Whistle on the floor.
Going to give it to him underneath when he was clear out at the top.
Foul called on Schumacher.
Personal foul on Schumacher, his first, team foul number 4.
Fourth foul of the quarter on the Cougars.
4-1 fouls.
Fuller inbounding, gets it into Highfill.
There was a travel.
Highfill rises up, rims around and out, and Max Long pulls down the rebound. Good outlet to Miller on the near side. Cannon Miller through the middle, poked away again by Shirts from behind. Stanton goes for the block. Shirts acrobatic attempt. Max Long with the rebound.
Oof.
Nice secure by Schumacher on the pass. Up to Stanton. Adam Stanton into the paint. Rises up from 15 and nails the jumper.
Nice
Tied at
job
40.
by Adam. Shirts going for that swipe again.
Highfill to Shirts. Pulls up from 15, actually plays it to Baxter. Fuller all the way in. Max Long gets called for the foul. And that's the 5th foul of the quarter on the Cougars. Bonus the rest of the way, 2:17 on the official clock. Grant Fuller at the line to break the tie, 40-40. Fuller good on the first, 41-40.
Eagles playing a good, clean game, only committing 1 foul.
Fuller makes both free throws back to a 2-point lead for the Eagles. Nolan Stanton over to Adam. Schumacher on the right wing. Adam Stanton gets the dribble down. A lot of contact. Ball poked away again by Shirts. Gets it to Baxter, picks up his dribble, back to Shirts at the top. Fuller on the right side for 3. Rebound by Stanton.
Yeah, we're going to have to do a better job protecting the ball. They're not going to call fouls on that kid.
Floated over to Miller in the corner. Back to Schumacher at the top. Shot fakes the long 3. Back to Miller. And to Adam Stanton. Stanton, ball deflected by Highfill and out of bounds in the corner. Will be Cougars ball, 1:30 to play.
Smith and Burns checking back in.
Adam Stanton and Ben Schumacher take a break. Burns holds. Picks up his dribble, looking for an option. Miller comes to receive. Into the corner for Nolan Stanton. Looking in. Back up top for Miller. Over to Burns. Finds Nolan Stanton open for 3 in the corner. Backside rebound by Smith. Can't control it, but out of bounds on what looked to be Harp.
Yeah,
Ruled on the Cougars.
That was a bad call because Max's hands were still straight up, and somehow the ball went out of bounds the other direction.
Highfill into the front court to Baxter. Finds Shirts at the top. Fuller in. Long there on the wall. And blocking foul called on Long. Let's see if that's a justified call. Looks like Long was in a legal guarding position.
Boy.
That's a tough call on Long.
Yeah.
Once you got 2 feet down and you're facing the opponent, you're allowed to move to stay in front, and that's exactly what Long did there. Fuller makes the first 3-point lead now for the Eagles. Fuller, last 4 free throws to take the 4-point lead.
That's twice now that they've touched the ball and keep delaying the.
Ball into Long at the elbow, looks backdoor for Stanton. Burns in the corner for 3. Rims around, Nolan Stanton there, gets it to Smith.
Oh.
Nolan Stanton fighting for the rebound, and foul called on Harp. Second foul on the Eagles of the quarter, 41 seconds to play. Cougars inbounding, Miller there to take the inbound. Smith in the corner for 3. Back rebound by Fuller. Eagles pushing. Nolan Stanton comes up to trap with Miller. He's able to get it to Harp. Harp kicks it to Baxter in the corner, up top to Fuller on the wing. Fuller steps through, loses the handle, and out of bounds.
Doesn't get bailed out this time.
25 seconds to play. Cougars with the ball. Burns picks up the dribble. Tough pass to Smith. Ball deflected. Able to get it to Miller, and foul called on Schertz.
Personal foul on Schertz, his second, team foul number 3.
Broderick's got to stop picking up his dribble just because they're threatening. He's trying to break the press quickly, but he's got to stop.
Miller gets it all the way across to Nolan Stanton. Tough pass back to Miller.
That's
and
just
over the head of Cannon Miller.
unforced errors there.
Eagles have scored each of the last 2 quarters to end the quarter. They'll have a chance again here. Fuller up ahead, Burns steals. Bounce pass to Nolan Stanton, back to Burns. Burns runs it in and puts it off the glass. 8 seconds to play, 2-point game. Harp into the corner for Baxter for 3. Off the front of the rim, Long pulls it in, and Long decides to concede any attempt.
Well, we cut it to 2 finally. Instead of giving them the last basket, we got the last basket.
All right, we got a game here.
Yes, it is. We knew it was going to be.
Number 13, Baxter, the junior Blake Baxter, had 6 3-pointers in the first half. Now has 23 points on the night. I believe he added 1 more 3 here in the third quarter.
Yeah, he came down and hit that big 3 after we had made a 3.
Burns now has 8 on the night. Jaden Smith has 5. Cougars have the arrow back to the starting 5. I take that back. Burns is going to take a break. Brandon Schumacher subbing in to start the 4th quarter. All right, 4th quarter underway. Smith on the left wing, up to Ben Schumacher at the top. Adam Stanton flashes. Brandon Schumacher back to Ben at the top. Back to Brandon. He's open for 3 if he wants it.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping maybe he would go ahead and shoot it up there.
Adam Stanton gets the dribble down, takes the runner, too strong, rebound by Kleinworth. He sat the whole 3rd quarter, I believe.
Yeah, after that intentional.
Ball across to Baxter, 1 more to Fuller. Fuller resets back up top to Highfill. Fuller on the left wing, thought about the long 3. Baxter will take it from the corner. Comes up short, Adam Stanton goes for the rebound. Stanton behind the back, into the short corner. Gets it back up to Perry. Back to Stanton in the corner for 3, and he got it.
I thought Perry was going to pull it, but he kicked it back to Stanton, and Stanton makes it, gives us a 1-point lead.
Cougars with a 1-point lead. Second time they've led by 1. The Eagles able to break the press. Baxter gets it to Fuller. Back to Highfill at the top. Inside, tough pass. Harp able to receive it. Ball deflected. Fuller comes on. Finds an angle to the basket, and Fuller puts it in. The Eagles retake the lead. Schumacher pushing up ahead to Smith. Smith has the lane. Off the glass, draws the foul.
Good job attacking the basket by Smith.
Jaden Smith making his 3rd trip to the line.
Personal foul on Clintworth, his 4th, team first. Smith to the line, shooting 2.
Colton Klindworth, I think that's how he's saying it, Klindworth has his 4th foul. Jaden Smith good on the first free throw, tied at 46. 6:35 to play here in the 4th quarter. So Schertz subs back in for Klindworth. So they're giving up the size for the ball slap from behind Schertz.
Yeah.
Smith good on both free throws to retake the lead. Ball into Fuller, gets it over to Schertz. Still in the backcourt. Floats the pass into Harp. Harp back to Fuller. Fuller right into Perry's chest. gets his own rebound and puts it back. Into the front court, Schumacher with the dribble, trap comes, is able to dribble through it, gets it over to Brandon Schumacher on the near side. Back to Adam Stanton, into the corner for Ben. Thought about the three, resets it, picks up his dribble, gets it to Stanton at the top. Perry from 15, gets it back to Stanton for three.
Short.
Off the front of the rim, fight for the rebound. Schumacher's able to secure it, and foul called on.
Travel.
How's it a travel when he put the dribble down?
Burns back into the Cougars.
Ben Schumacher will take a break as Broderick Burns checks in. Wilson checks in for number 13, Baxter.
Yeah, kind of a crazy turn of events there.
Fuller in the backcourt, gets it to Highfield, back to Fuller, up ahead to Schertz. Schumacher comes on the trap. Schertz gets through all the way to the basket, and he puts it in for two. 3-point lead for the Eagles. Burns over to Smith. Back to Burns at the top. Burns looking in. Smith on the wing, down low for Perry, back to Smith from 15. Stanton slides in to get the offensive rebound, and foul called on Wilson, I believe.
Stanton did a good job getting self-positioned there with the shot from the outside.
Personal foul on Wilson, his second, team second.
Jaden Smith inbounding, Eagles leading by 3. All the way over for Burns. Burns with the runner, actually the extension layup draws the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Personal foul on Wilson, his third, team foul number 3.
Wilson picks up 2 quick fouls there, has 3 on the night.
Burns to the line.
3 fouls in the quarter on the Eagles.
Short.
Burns short on the first free throw. Smith and Brandon Schumacher there to chance for the offensive rebound. Can't get the second to fall. Harp gets the rebound for the Eagles. Tough pass up to Fuller. Fuller's able to handle it. All the way into the paint, bounce pass to Wilson. Got away with the steps, and Wilson puts it in. 5-point lead for the Eagles. Stanton up ahead to Smith. Back to Stanton, Smith in the corner. Over to Burns, drives in. Burns down low for Perry, into
Perry
the corner for Schumacher. One more for Burns. Burns at the elbow, back to Schumacher. Wants the 3, too strong. Rebound by Wilson, and Perry gets called for the foul.
Personal foul on Perry, his third, team first. Schumacher.
Ben Schumacher checking back in for Brandon. Fuller over to Highfield. Cannon Miller also comes to the table. Highfield gets it to Schertz. Down low for Wilson. One more to Harp, out to Fuller for 3. And Fuller hits it. 8-point lead now for the Eagles. And a timeout for the Cougars. So Jaden Smith took the lead with those free throws, 47-46. The Eagles have scored 9 straight.
Yeah.
To take the 8-point lead.
Burns missed 2 free throws at 47-50. We could have cut it back to 1. Eagles doing a better job once again handling the pressure, doing a good job moving the ball around and getting those open look threes. They're much better at those than they are the contested.
.4:19 left to play. After the timeout, Cougars will have the ball on the sideline. 3 timeouts in the quarter for the Eagles, 1 for the Cougars. Adam
ball.
Stanton has 15 points, leading the Cougars. Burns over to Stanton on the right wing. Into the corner for Smith. Burns in the short corner. Schumacher at the top, over to Burns. Stanton at the top, wants the three. Off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Harp, and foul called on the Cougars.
See if it's on Burns or Schumacher. It's on Schumacher from behind, apparently.
First foul on Schumacher, his second, team second.
Schertz gets it into Fuller. Back to Schertz, pass behind. Burns goes for the steal. Over to Highfield, has a foot on the line, and he nails the two. It's a 10-point lead for the Eagles. Ball to Stanton. Wants the three to answer. Can't get it to fall. And Hart pulls down the rebound.
Scoreboard gave him a 3, and it was only a 2. It wasn't even close to a 3.
Yeah, they got it corrected. All right, so they'll reset, give the Cougars a chance to set up their press. Highfield over to Fuller. Back to Highfield, still in the backcourt. Gets it to Harp, flips it to Fuller. Burns gets a hand on the ball, trap comes, and the Eagles call a timeout.
Yeah, it was a 3-point game not that long ago. I think we took the lead at 47-46, didn't we?
Yep.
And now we haven't scored since. How are we setting on timeouts? What do you have for the timeout counts?
Cougars have 3 timeouts remaining. The Eagles have 2. Eagles have the ball in the front court after the timeout. Cougars picking up in man on the inbound. Into Fuller, Smith defending.
Using that high hand to push off with. Apparently that's A-OK.
Wilson down low. Stanton pokes it away. Schumacher's there for the steal. Gets it up to Burns. Burns all the way to the basket, and again draws the foul. And Burns will go to the line for 2 more free throws. 4th foul of the quarter on the Eagles.
Personal foul on Fuller, his first. Team foul number 4. Burns to the line, shooting 2.
Burns too strong on the first.
Too short on the 2 last ones, and now too hard on that one. He overcompensated.
Kenneth Miller subbing out. Misses again. Klindworth pulls down the rebound. Cougars trap. Ball up ahead to Klindworth. Schumacher steals. Gets it over to Stanton. Stanton to Burns. Into the corner for Nolan. Stanton thought about the 3, gets it back to Burns. Burns will take it. Rims around. Klindworth pulls down the rebound for the Eagles. Cougars trapping. Highfield all the way down to Finn Harp, and the Eagles lead by 12. Schumacher in the short corner. Turns around off the front of the rim and commits the foul from behind.
Yeah. No, if you can't be missing the free throws when you need them, and then we're just not hitting our shots.
Baxter in
turn cold here.
Highfield gets it into Baxter. Up to Wilson. Ball deflected by Stanton. Burns steals. Burns pushing up ahead. Swiped away from behind by Harp. And out of bounds will stay Cougars ball. Jaden Smith couldn't tell who it went out on. He dove to save it, but
yeah, good thing he missed it.
2:07 to play here in the fourth quarter. Eagles now with a 12-point lead.
We need a three-pointer here.
Into Stanton, rises up from 10 and gets the roll. Back to a 10-point game. Trap comes, triple team. Burns gets a hand on it and knocks it out of bounds. And ball will stay Eagles.
That kid's very dramatic.
Number 24, Logan Wilson, checking out as Kleinworth checks back in for the Eagles with 4 fouls. Fuller in the backcourt. Cougars rallying. Nolan Stanton deflects it. Adam Stanton comes in and commits the foul on Highfield. That's the 4th foul of the quarter. Each team now with 4.
His third, team foul number 4.
We couldn't quite get there in time. One of them tip balls up.
Highfield inbounding for the Eagles. Cougars trying to deny. Into Baxter, flips it back to Highfield.
I don't think he was actually established in bounds.
Stanton gets a hand on the ball, and Schumacher pushes from behind, gets called for the foul. Highfield will go to the line for 2 free throws. And timeout.
Oh, it's timeout, no foul.
Oh, before the foul?
Before the foul, timeout.
Okay.
Trapped again, so I think the official on the far side was there next to their coach and got a timeout.
So the Cougars finally able to get a basket after going on that long dry spell. Cougars really working hard on the defensive press. They've created some turnovers, but they just haven't been able to effort that on the offensive glass.
Yeah, haven't capitalized.
So Eagles in the backcourt to inbound after the timeout. Same 5 in for the Cougars. .146 on the official clock.
He's telling him not to throw it deep.
Ball into Fuller. Schumacher and Stanton there. Fuller still dribbling in the backcourt. Highfield goes behind his back. Schumacher stills. And he lays it in for 2. It's an 8-point game, 1:30 to play. Highfield gets it to Fuller. Smith riding him. Ball loose. Stanton steals to Burns. Across to Nolan Stanton for Schumacher. And he puts it in again. It's a 6-point game. Again trapping. Highfield. Smith on him. Burns comes to trap. Nolan Stanton there to steal, and Nolan Stanton draws the foul.
He'll shoot 2 shots as we are in double bonus now with 1:08 left. Can cut it to 4 with these 2 free throws. Please, let's put people in there to rebound.
His third, team foul number 5. Nolan stands into the line shooting 2.
Stanton can't get the first to fall. Schumacher and Smith in to try for offensive rebounds.
That's 5 free throws now missed in a row.
Kleinworth down low for the Eagles has 4 fouls. Makes the second. It's a 5-point lead for the Eagles. Harp gets it all the way into Kleinworth. Into the corner for Baxter, able to save it. Back to Highfield. Over to Fuller.
Don't foul that one. That's not the one you want to foul. He's made every free throw so far tonight. That's why they keep getting the ball to him.
Nolan Stanton commits the foul, and that's bonus for both teams the rest of the way.
Team foul number 5, Fuller to the line shooting 2.
Fuller at the line for 2 free throws. Can make it a 3-possession game. 60-54.
Wilson and Schertz back in for the Eagles.
Logan Wilson and Jacob Schertz check in for the Eagles. Baxter and Kleinworth check out. Fuller makes both free throws. Stanton into Smith. Schertz goes for the steal. Nolan Stanton in the corner. Misses the 3-point attempt. Fuller. And foul called on Burns.
Personal foul on Burns, his
Third foul on Burns. Fuller back to the line.
Once again, not the kid we want to foul.
Rims out on the first. Makes the second. Back to an 8-point lead. Burns ahead to Schumacher. Goes baseline, ball slapped away, and will stay Cougars ball.
Officials definitely not going to go get that ball.
Yeah, if officials are instructed to not get that ball, they should always maintain contact with the players. Schumacher for 3, too strong air ball, and Fuller can't control it. It will stay Cougars ball underneath. 8-point lead for the Eagles. Smith inbounding. Nolan Stanton open for 3. Can't get that one to fall. Hart pulls down the rebound. Fuller tries to outlet, gets it up to Wilson. To Highfill, and he puts it in. Back to a 10-point lead. Nolan Stanton able to save it through traffic. Gets it to Burns. Burns steps on the line for a long 2. Can't get it to fall. Poked away by Nolan Stanton, gets called for the foul. 21 seconds to play. Eagles back at the line.
personal foul on Nolan Stanton, his second. Hart to the line shooting 2.
Harp's first free throw rims around and out. Makes the second. Ball into Burns. In the corner for Nolan Stanton. Back up top to Burns. Into the corner for Schumacher. Back to Stanton for the long 3. Fight for the rebound. Smith gets a hand on it. Highfield's able to secure it. And with 5 seconds left, that will do it for the game. 10-point victory, 11-point victory for the Eagles.
Yeah, we just didn't finish down the stretch. Couldn't make shots when we needed to, didn't make free throws when we needed to. We had our opportunities, but we definitely did not finish the game.
Getting these games against these east of Springfield schools, it will definitely prepare us for the battle in districts. You can tell the style of play that they had so many slaps from behind.
Yeah.
Norwood did the same thing to us. So just being stronger with the ball, that'll help us down the stretch. Fair Grove just really hot shooting early, and then Cougars took the lead a couple different times, and on the very next possession, the Eagles answered, took the lead back.
Yeah, just shame we finished so poorly with our shooting, and because like you said, our defensive intensity was really good. We were getting some steals and getting some things going our way. We just couldn't finish shots and finish free throws that we really needed on the offensive side. Changes that dynamic in the game entirely if we make a few of those.
Yeah, we had it down to 5, with a minute left. And then again, just really couldn't get anything to fall from outside. And the Eagles did a nice job extending it through making their free throws. Made enough of them anyway.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll close out with the second half recap. Thank you all for tuning in. We have a little bit of an extended break. We won't be back until next Thursday.
29th, I think.
That is home, I believe, against Verona.
Yes, Verona.
And then the following night will be at Wheaton.
Yeah.
So thank you all for supporting the Cougars. And we'll close out with the second half recap.